Okay, yesterday what we have done, we have found the range, the horizontal height means the height, the range, and the time of the flight. Okay, so we have done one problem also. Okay, now next is to find the equation of the projectile. Okay, next is to find the equation of the path of the projectile. The equation of okay, the equation of the path of projectile. Okay, fine. So basically, if you think on this point, if a body is moving in a projectile motion, then its x coordinate is given by u cos theta into t. Is that correct or not? We have studied here that when the body moves in a projectile motion, then its coordinate along the x-axis is given by x cos theta into t. Okay, sorry, u cos theta into t, and the coordinate along the y-axis given by u sin theta u y equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. So u sin theta into t minus half gt square is the y coordinate. X coordinate is u cos theta into t. Okay. Now if I have to find the equation of this projectile, I have to eliminate the value of time from the equation. Okay. So to eliminate that time, can I write time equal to x by u cos theta? This can be taken as equation number 2. Equation number 1 is what? Y equal to u sin theta into t. Second equation is time equal to u by x by u cos theta. If we substitute the value of time in this equation number 1, then what we'll get? We'll get y equal to u sin theta into time is how much? Time we have taken as it would be u x by u cos theta minus half g, and time is how much? X by u cos theta whole square. Okay, so if I substitute the value of time from the equation, from this equation, we'll get something like y equal to u sin theta x by u cos theta minus half gx square by u square cos square theta. So if we open this bracket, we'll get this u and u will get cancelled out. Sin by cos is tan theta. So can we write this as tan theta into x minus half g x square by u square cos square theta. If I take cos square theta in numerator, it becomes secant square theta. So we get the equation of projectile equal to x tan theta minus half g x square secant square theta divided by u square. So this is basically what the equation of a projectile. Y equal to x tan theta minus half g x square secant square theta by u square. Okay, fine. So basically this is the equation of projectile. So we are eliminating this time t to get the equation of projectile in terms of x. You can see here we have the equation terms. Here we can see that this equation is like y equal to mx minus this whole thing is constant, means tan theta is constant, g by u square is constant, secant square is constant. Can we say that y equal to mx minus m dash x square? So this will be equation of projectile, not a projectile. It is equation of projectile here. Okay, fine. Okay, so that is the equation of the projectile, the path of the projectile. That is y equal to x tan theta minus half g x square secant square theta by u square. Okay, fine, understood. Okay, so that is the equation of projectile. So basically theory part of projectile is up to here only. We have more uh, we have to practice more problems here. Okay, why we are finding the projectile equation? See, basically, in NEET exam, they can directly ask you the projectile equation. That what is the equation of projectile? Then it would be x tan means whatever we have found x tan theta minus half gx square secant square theta by u square. Sometime this equation is useful to get the coordinate of the point. It helps us to get the coordinate of the point. Okay, fine. Understood. So it can help us to find the coordinate of the point also. Okay, that we will do. Okay, don't worry. Whatever I'm teaching you is useful somewhere. Okay, fine. I'll give the example. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'll give the example. See, we are finding the equation of y and x. Okay, we are finding the equation of y and x. That is fine. Here, x is a displacement, not the distance traveled by the particle. Okay, x is a displacement here, not distance traveled. Fine. Okay, let us do some problem based on this. Fine. Y is the displacement here. Don't see y is the displacement here. Okay, it is not a distance travel because we found from equation of motion. In equation of motion, it is in equation of motion displacement, not distance travel. Okay, fine. Okay, so that is the equation of motion, equation of projectile. Okay. We have written y in terms of x. Okay, that is what we have done. We have written the y in terms of x. Okay, y is the displacement along the y-axis, and x is the displacement along the x-axis. Okay, y is the displacement along the y-axis, and x is the displacement along the x-axis. Okay, fine. So that is the equation of projectile y equal to tan x minus half gx square secant square theta by u square. Okay. Now can we do some problem? Okay. So in NEET they have asked you one problem that see how the questions has been asked in NEET exam. Okay. Just write it down this question that the horizontal range and the maximum height and the maximum height of a projectile are equal. Of a projectile are equal. The horizontal range and maximum height of the projectile are equal. Find the angle of projection. Find the angle of projection. Okay, so this was asked in the NEET exam in 2012. It was asked. Okay, can you solve this problem now? 45 degree. No. Read the question carefully. The horizontal range and maximum heights are equal. You need to find the angle of projection of the projectile. 45. No, no. 45 is not the right answer. 45 is not the right answer. 45, just read it question carefully, then only you can get the answer. Okay, just read it out properly. 90 degree. In 90 degree, where is the range? 60 degree. Okay, are you all solving or just like this only you are doing? 76 degree approx. How did you get 76? Are you getting something like tan inverse of 4? Yes, yes, very good, very good. Correct. Answer is tan inverse of 4. 4. Okay. So the question is that whenever this type of problem come, you you draw the figure. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can draw the figure here. Okay, so this is the ground. From the ground we are throwing the object with initial velocity u at an angle theta. Okay, so it will have h is the maximum height, and this is the range of the projectile. Okay, now what in the question they are telling you that the horizontal range and maximum height are equal. So can we say range is equal to h max, maximum height? What is the formula of range? That is u square sine 2 theta by g is the range formula. And what is the formula of maximum height? That is u square sine square theta by 2 into g is the formula for maximum height. Maximum range is u square sine 2 theta by g. Okay, now can we say range equal to u square into 2 sine theta cos theta by g, because sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, equal to u square sine square theta by 2 into g. U square cancel out, sine and one sine will get cancel out, g and g will cancel out. We'll get 4 equal to tan theta. Sine by cos is tan theta. Therefore, theta equal to tan inverse of 4. This is the angle of projection for the object to have the maximum height and range is same. Okay, tan inverse 4 is the answer here. Okay, so this is the neat question. So you can see that how the neat question has been asked. Okay, fine. So answer is tan inverse of 4 here. Okay, now next is, okay, the next is a ball is projected. A ball is projected from the ground. The ball is projected from the ground with the speed u. With the speed u, which is fixed. Which is fixed means we are throwing the ball with the fixed speed of u. Okay, the theta angle, the angle theta can be varied, means theta can be changed from 0 to 90 degree. We can have any value of angle of theta from 0 to 90 degree. Find the theta, find the theta at which the range will be maximum. Means at which theta the range would be maximum. Would be maximum. Okay, at what angle of theta the range will be maximum. Okay, 45 degree. Okay, I think you all know the answer for this. It is 45. Okay, can you prove that? Can you prove that angle range is maximum at that point? Okay, so you prove, then I'll do this problem. Okay, fine. Then check it out whether it is correct or not. Okay, u square sine theta should be maximum. Okay, then see we can have two methods for this. Fine. One method can be what? One method can be what? The see range is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. When can you have the maximum range? Tell me. When this sine 2 theta is equal to maximum value. See how this range is changing because of this sine 2 theta. If sine 2 theta is maximum, then the range will also be maximum. So and what is the value of the maximum sine value? That is 1. So can I say that for the maximum range, for the maximum range, for the maximum range, sine 2 theta should be equal to 1, which means what? 2 theta should be equal to sine inverse of 1. Sine inverse of 1 means 90 degree. Therefore, theta should be equal to 45 degree. Okay. So for a maximum range, the theta should be equal to 45 degree. Okay, fine. Okay, one more method is to prove this. We have one more method. We can prove that with the help of maxima and minima. Okay, with the help of maxima and minima. That also we can prove that the theta is maximum there. Okay, to prove by maxima and minima thing, we have to first write the equation of range. Range equal to u squared sine 2 theta by g. Okay, now differentiate this range with respect to theta. So this would be what? Dr by d theta. Okay, that would be equal to u squared. The differentiation of sine 2 theta is cos 2 theta into 2 by g. Okay, and this dr by d theta should be equal to 0 for maximum and minimum condition. Okay, so from here, can we say that cos 2 theta equal to 0? Okay, cos 2 theta is equal to 0. When can you have cos 2 theta equal to 0? When 2 theta is equal to 90 degree, means theta equal to 45 degree. This is another way to prove that range would be maximum when theta is equal to 45 degree. Whatever you like, you can use the analysis there. Okay, whether you can write like this or this, both are correct. So this is the very important result, that the range would be maximum when the angle is 45 degree. Okay, when the angle is 45 degree there. Okay, that is the maximum. Where I'm getting 4, where I'm getting 4. Previous problem, in previous problem you are telling me. In all the cases, that range would be maximum at 45 degree. Where in previous question you are asking me why how I'm getting 4 there. This one you are asking me. See, that is very simple now. You take 2 in this side, become 4. Sin theta, 1 sin theta will cancel out. Sin and cos will go here. It become tan theta. Simple mathematics is there now. We can we can substitute this now. This will cancel out. G get cancelled out. One sign and one sign will get cancelled out. Cross multiply, you get 4 here. Okay. The second method means range equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Okay. You can differentiate with respect to theta because theta is variable here. Na? Theta can be changed. And if you remember the maximum minimum condition, if you differentiate a function with respect to theta here, range with respect to theta, we'll get the maximum value. Okay, so we are differentiating this r with respect to theta. If you differentiate this, you will get u square. Differentiation of sin theta is cos 2 theta into 2 divided by g. This is the value of dr by dt, d theta. That should be equal to 0. Okay, so we get cos 2 theta equal to 0. Cos 2 theta equal to 0 means 2 theta should be equal to 90 degree. Okay, therefore theta equal to 45 degree. Okay, fine. Understood. When it is minimum also, yes, very good. So what you have to do in that case? You have to again differentiate this function, na? dr by d square r by d theta square. Okay, again differentiate that. If that value is less than 0, then it is the minimum condition. Greater than 0 is the maximum condition. That you have to prove by yourself. Okay, again differentiate d square r by dt square d theta square. Okay, and then get it is maximum minimum. Okay, last step, see, cos 2 theta equal to 0, which means can you write this as what? 2 theta equal to cos inverse of 0. When can you have cos x 0? When theta is 90 degree. When this whole term is 90 degree, then only we can write this now. 2 theta equal to 90 degree. So theta equal to 45 degree. Okay. Directly say that is why I'm That is the direct method, na? That when can you have range maximum? When sine 2 theta is equal to 1. This is the direct method. This is the differentiation method. Both are correct, okay? You can use either of the value, no problem in that. Okay. Either of the method. This is second method, okay? Fine. Now one thing we can analyze here, one thing we can analyze in range, that the range value, the range value will increase, the range will increase from 0 degree to 45 degree. Means it is the maximum value at 45. Its value will increase when it goes from 0 to 45 degree, and it will decrease, and from 45 degree it will keep on decreasing. So it will decrease from 45 degree to 90 degree. Okay, so the range value will increase from 0 to 45, and then from 45 to 90 it will decrease. Okay, fine. Minimum will be 90 degree. Minimum value means you are throwing the object upward. So if you are throwing the object upward, will there be horizontal range? Will there be horizontal displacement of the particle? No, there will be no horizontal displacement. Therefore, range would be 0 in that case. At 90 degree, the range is 0. Okay. We have to throw the object at an angle of 45 degree to have the maximum range. Okay, fine. Like if you have seen if you have seen the Olympics, there you will see hammer throw, not hammer throw, some javelin throw is there. Okay, you see that whenever they will throw the javelin, they will always incline at some angle to the horizontal. If you have ever observed this Olympics, there you will see that they will always incline, and they will always try to make the angle as 45 degrees, so that they can have the maximum range. Even discus throw also, there they will have the maximum range if you throw at an angle of 45 degree. Okay. We can say like that also, that initial velocity component and final velocity component are same in that case. Okay, fine. Okay, next problem. So this is a very important point in your NEET exam. Directly this point can be asked. Okay, that when can you have the maximum range? This can also be asked, that the range will increase from 0 to 45 degree and then decrease from 45 to 90 degree. So maximum at 45, it will increase from 0 to 45, then it will decrease from, yes, in all the cases. That is the correct thing. Okay, fine. Okay, can we do next problem here? Okay. Let us do NEET problem only, which was asked in the NEET. Hmm, let me see the problem. Okay, one more problem you can write here. A ball is projected. A ball is projected with 50 meter per second at an angle of 37 degree. Okay, find the velocity. Find the velocity and the coordinate of the ball. Find the velocity and the coordinate of the ball in 2 seconds. In 2 seconds. So in 2 seconds, what is the coordinate of the ball and what is the velocity in 2 seconds? And also find the displacement of the particle. displacement of the particle. Okay, so a ball is projected at an angle of 45 degree with a speed of 50 meter per second at an angle of 37 degree. Find the velocity and the coordinate of the ball in 2 seconds, and also find the displacement of the ball. Okay, fine. In Seeker's material, we have this type of problem. Okay, I will give you, or you can solve from Seeker's material. Okay, the projectile problems are there. In NCRT, it is there, but it is less only. Okay, problems are less. But in Seeker's material, you will find lot of problems of projectile. Okay, fine. Okay, so the question is that no, I am taking from different reference book. Like I am taking from need previous year questions. Then I have some more questions like this. Okay, so I will practice your Seeker's material also. Both I will do. Seeker's material also I will give you the homework. So if you have doubt, you can discuss that also. Okay. So 10 meter per second is velocity after 2 seconds. Okay, fine. You are getting velocity as 80 I cap plus 40 J cap in 2 seconds. Okay, 80 I cap plus 40 J cap. Okay, 40 I cap plus 10 J cap. I think your answer is correct. 40 I cap and 10 J cap. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay, so let me solve this problem. Okay, fine. Magnitude is 10 root 17. Very good. Yes, magnitude is 10 root 17. Yes. See, draw the figure. So whenever this type of problem come, you draw the figure. Okay, this is the ground. We are throwing the ball with a speed of 50 meter per second at an angle of 37 degree. This angle is 37 degree. So first of all, you find initial component of velocity along the x-axis. That would be equal to how much? Ux will be equal to how much? 50 cos 37 degree, which is how much? I think 40 meter per second. Okay, so 40 meter per second along the x-axis. Along the y-axis, Uy will be equal to 50 sine 37, which will come as how much? 30 meter per second. So we found Ux and Uy. Okay, we found Ux and Uy. Okay, that is 30 meter per second and 40 meter per second. Okay, now we have to find the velocity of the particle in 2 seconds. Okay, so we have to separately find the velocity along x-axis and y-axis. So we can write here as velocity along x-axis in 2 seconds. That would be equal to Vx equal to Ux plus Axt. Okay, since there is no acceleration along the x-axis, so Ax will be equal to 0. So velocity after 2 seconds is along x-axis is 40 into 2, which is 80 meter per second. Along x-axis means, can I write this as I cap? 80 meter per second I cap. Okay, this is velocity along x-axis. Now velocity along y-axis in 2 seconds, that would be Vy equal to Uy plus Ayt. Okay, Uy is how much? 30. Uy is 30. 30 minus Ay is minus G means 10 into 2. So it will come as 10 meter per second I cap. correct na? 10 meter per second I cap. Something is wrong here. 40 into 2, 80 only will come, no? Along the x-axis will come as 80. Okay, sorry. Wait. Sorry. It should be 40 only, not 50. Wait, sorry. Vx must be equal to 40 only because Ax is 0, so Ux is 40. 40 meter per second I cap. This is 10 meter per second J cap. So we can see that this projectile after 2 seconds, the particle must be somewhere here. We don't know where it is, but it would be at some point A where Vx equal to how much? Where Vx equal to 40 meter per second along the x-axis. Okay, so Vx is 40 meter per second along the x-axis and Vy is 10 meter per second along the y-axis. At this point somewhere the particle must be there. Okay, whose x coordinate is 40 meter per second, y is 10 meter per second. Okay, now can we find the velocity at that point? So velocity will be equal to the magnitude of the velocity will be equal to square root of 40 square plus 10 square, which is 1700, or we can say 10 root 17 meter per second. So velocity after 2 seconds will be 10 root 17 meter per second. Okay, fine. Okay, so Vx is 40 meter per second and Vy is 10 meter per second. This is the velocity along the x-axis. This is the velocity along the y-axis. Okay, and resultant magnitude is 10 root 17 meter per second. Okay, next what we have to find the position of the particle. So let us suppose that at the coordinate of the point A is x comma y. That is the position of the particle. The coordinate of point x comma y is the position of the particle. Okay, so how to find the position there? Again we use the equation of motion that along the x-axis means x equal to ux into t plus 0 because ax is 0 there. Okay, so this will come as how much? 40 into 2 means 80 meter. 80 meter is the position of the particle along the x-axis. For the y, that would be uyt minus half gt square. So uy is how much? Uy is 30. So 30 into 2 minus half into 10 into 2 square. This will come as 60 minus 20 means 40 meter. Okay, along the x it is 80 meter, along the y it is 40, I think. 30 into 2 is 60. Just tell me any mistake I have done anywhere. Okay, half gt square. So half get cancelled out 20. Is this correct or not? 80 and 40. Yes, 80 and 40. Fine. So the coordinate of x comma y we are getting here as what? 80 comma 40 meter. Okay, so we found the position of the or the coordinate of the ball. Okay, in 2 seconds. Now what is the displacement of the particle? Now to find the displacement, this is the final position after 2 seconds. This is the initial position. What is displacement here? Displacement is the straight line joining A and B. A straight line joining A and B is the displacement here. Okay, so if you look at this displacement, we can take as d. This would be y coordinate, this would be x coordinate. Okay, so displacement d will be equal to square root of x square plus y square, which is equal to square root of 80 square plus 40 square. This is how much? 1600, sorry, 6400. 6400 plus 1600. Okay, that will be coming as how much? 000 8,000. Root of 8,000. Okay. Root of 8,000 meter is the displacement of the particle in 2 seconds. Okay. Fine. So this is the answer for here. Okay. So we can see that with this problem, we can see we can coordinate means the position of the particle. See, that is why I have drawn the figure there. Okay. Just look at the figure and analyze the figure. We have thrown the object from point O, A, point O. After some time, it must have reached point A. At point A, it has two velocity, one along the x-axis, other along the y-axis. And the coordinate of that point is x comma y. Coordinate means position of the particle at that point. We can say this is the position of the particle. Correct. So that is x comma y. So we can find the position also. We can find the velocity after 2 seconds. Okay. No. Displacement is what? Change in position. Okay. So displacement would be equal to how much? That is, this is the displacement from 0 to A. If you draw a straight line joining 0 to A is the displacement. The displacement is root of y square plus x square. If you look at this become triangle now. This become a triangle here. So if this is the triangle here, so displacement will be square root of y square plus x square. Okay. No, it is not same as displacement. Displacement you can write as 80 I cap plus 40 j cap. Yes, that is correct. You can write displacement as 80 I cap plus 40 j cap. Here I find the magnitude of the displacement, which is square root of 80 square plus 40 square. Okay, fine. Any doubt in this? This is the magnitude here. In the vector form, it would be 80 I cap plus 40 j cap. Okay, fine. Now next problem. You can simplify 8,000 root 8,000. Okay, I left the question here itself. You can further simplify 8,000. No problem. Okay, fine. Now next problem is that see uh, it depends upon what option they have given to us. If they have given the option in vector form, then you have to write in vector form displacement. If they are giving you the option in magnitude wise, then you have to write in magnitude. Both are correct. Okay, it is not like anyone is wrong or something. Okay, fine. Mod of v, mod of means magnitude of the v. Okay, mod means magnitude here. Okay. Okay, next problem is a particle is projected with speed u. A particle is projected with speed u, okay, at an angle theta. At an angle theta. Okay. Now another particle is projected with the same speed u, but at any other angle. Any other angle. Okay, it is not theta. They have projected with any other angle. Okay, such that such that the range of second particle, the range of second particle is same as first particle. Is same as first particle. the range of second particle is same as first particle. You have to find the angle, find the other angle theta, such that range of the first particle is same as second particle. 90 minus theta. Okay, you have to find that angle theta, theta dash you can assume. Okay, such that range are equal. 90 minus theta. Okay, very good. So I think you all are getting as 90 minus theta. Fine. Okay. 90 minus theta. Okay, very good. So let us suppose that first particle is thrown with an angle theta. Okay, speed is u. Then and second, this is the first particle, and second particle with some angle theta dash with speed u. Okay, so can I write here range for the first particle r1 is same as range for the second particle. What is the range for first particle? That is u square sine 2 theta by g should be equal to what? Range for the second particle, which is u square sine 2 theta dash by g, because here angle is theta dash. Okay, fine. So I think u square will get cancelled out. Okay, so we get what? Sine 2 theta equal to sine of 2 theta dash. Now, when it can be possible? When this equation can be possible? When I write this sine 2 theta dash as sine of 90 minus 2 theta dash. Okay, sine of 90 minus 2 theta dash. Sorry, sorry, sorry. This can be written as sine of 2 times of 90 minus theta. Then sine 2 theta is equal to sine 2 theta dash. Okay, if you equate on both the side, uh, we get theta dash equal to 90 minus theta. Okay, so if the angle is complementary angle, if the angle is complementary, if the angle is complementary, then range is same. Okay, so theta dash equal to 90 minus theta. So we can make a note here. We can make a note here that when the angles are complementary, when the angle are complementary, complementary means what? If one is theta, other is 90 minus theta. Complementary, then the range of the projectile are same. Are same. Complementary means if one angle is theta, other is 90 minus theta. Okay, fine. So when the theta is complementary, then range are same. Okay. See, last step basically what? Theta dash can be written as theta in terms of theta. If it is, see, can you write theta dash 90 minus theta? Okay. If you write 90 minus theta, then that would be equal to sine 2 theta. Okay. Fine. Just write down theta dash equal to 90 minus theta. You'll get the same range. Okay. Fine. No, then value is not equal to 945 degree. Okay. Range would be same. Range would be same. At what angle the range is same. If you throw the projectile with 30 degree and 90 degree, 60 degree, both the range are same. Okay. Like you can do one question here. See, just tell me the answer, okay? Just wait. If I give one problem here that a projectile, a projectile is thrown upward, thrown with the velocity of with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay, at 30 degree. Okay, second, another projectile is thrown with velocity 10 meter per second at 60 degree. Find the ratio of the range. Okay, can you solve the answer now? Okay, yes, the ratio will be 1 is to 1 because both are complementary angle. Without solving also you can get the answer. That without solving you can tell that the range are same, means they are complementary angles. So the range should be same. Okay, fine. So in NEET exam, they have asked you the question like this. Okay, I tell you the question, how they have asked the question there. They have asked, uh, for an angle of projection of projectile at an angle of 45 minus theta and 45 plus theta. Okay, the horizontal range is described by the ratio of, means 45 minus theta and 45 plus theta. Then what is the range of the projectile? Okay, so in this way they can ask you the problem. Okay, one more problem they have asked in the NEET that the two projectiles of the same mass with the same velocity are thrown at an angle of 60 degree and 30 degree with the horizontal. Which of the following will remain same? Time of the flight, the range of the projectile, the maximum height. Okay, range, yes, range is the answer. So that only problem I've asked here. Okay, so see, if you find the range for the first particle, R1, that is U square, which is 10 square. Okay, range for the first is U square sine theta. Sine theta is sine 30 divided by G. Okay, sorry, it is sine 2 theta. No? So 2 into 30 by G is the range 1. Okay, what is range 2? That is U square sine of 2 into 60 degree by G. You have to find the ratio of the range. So we can write here as what? R1 by R2 will be equal to how much? Sine 60 by sine of 120 degree. Okay, so sine 60, sine 120 can be written as sine of 90 plus 30. Okay, sine 90 plus 30 is how much? Cos 30. Okay, so sine 60 by cos 30. Okay, sine 60 by cos 30 is equal to 1 is to 1. Okay, so for the complementary angles, the range is 1 is to 1. Okay, fine. So you can see here by a formula I have proved that. Otherwise, you can simply prove that. Okay, and they have asked you this type of problem at least 3 times in NEET exam. They have given like 60, 30 degree, 40 degree. Okay, or they can give you complementary angle uh, like what? Say one more problem if I say that like if one projectile is projected with angle 15 degree, other with 75 degree, then what is the ratio of the range? One is 15, other is 75. 1 is to 1. Okay, 1 is to 1, directly 1 is to 1. No? That range is 15, other is 75. So both are complementary angles. So you have to say that it is range is. Okay. So this type of problem can also be asked. Okay, fine. I hope you are getting all these things. U should be same. Yes, U should be same in both the case. Yes, like both should have the same initial velocity. Otherwise, then that is not the correct means. Okay, one more problem you can write here. Okay, the first particle, the first particle. Okay, first particle is thrown with an angle theta. Is thrown at an angle theta. Okay, and other particle with same speed is thrown at an angle at an angle at a complementary angle. Okay, at a complementary angle. Okay, so first particle is thrown at an angle of theta, other particle is thrown at an angle of at a complementary angle. Okay, the maximum height of first particle, the maximum height of first particle is h1. Maximum height of first particle is h1, and the second particle is h2. Particle is h2. First is h1, other is h2, and range is r. And range r. Find the relation between h1, h2, and r. Find relation between find relation between h1, h2, and r. Okay, r equal to root of h1, h2. 4 root h1, h2. Yes. You have solved before or what, Anirudh? You're getting the answer very fast. I think you have did the problem before itself. Okay. Okay, you have practiced for the very good. Okay, very good. So answer is 4 root h1, h2. Yes. Okay, solve. Do it fast. Okay. I want the answer from every one of you. Okay. Do it fast. Is screen is not visible to you or what? 4 root h1, h2. Yes. Correct answer. Okay. So whenever this type of problem come, you try to draw the figure first of all. Okay. So for the first particle, speed is u, angle is theta. Okay, first particle speed is u, angle is theta. Okay, this is for the first particle. Okay, so it will follow projectile path, and the maximum height is h1 for the first particle. Second particle, we are throwing the object with speed u, angle is 90 minus theta, complementary angle. Okay, now the height is h2. Now the height is h2. Okay, fine. So h1 is for theta angle, other is for h2 is 90 minus theta. Okay, now range will be same for both the cases. Yes or no? The range will be same. The reason is that, what is the reason? Because both are the complementary angles. So both the range are same. That is R and R. Okay, that is R and R. Okay, now what is the value of h1 here for the first particle? H1 will be equal to u square sine square theta by 2g is h1. Okay. Similarly, what is h2? That is u square sine square 90 minus theta by 2g. Is this correct or not? So h1 is u square sine square theta by 2g. h2 is u square sine square 90 minus theta by 2g. Okay. Now sine square 90 minus theta can be written as cos square theta. So can we write h2 as u square cos square theta by 2g. h1 is u square sine square theta by 2g. Okay. If you multiply h1 with h2, can we multiply this or not? If I multiply h1 with h2, what I am getting? U square sine square theta by 2g into u square cos square theta by 2g. Okay. If you further modify this, what we are getting? U square can be it becomes what? Um, this becomes what? U power 4 sine square theta cos square theta by 4g. Okay. U power 4 sine square theta cos square theta by 4g. Multiply 4 and divide by 4. Okay. Multiply and divide by 4. So we will get you will get what? You will get u power 4 4 times of sine square theta cos square theta by 16g. Okay. So if you solve this, you are getting this whole value as range r square by 16. Okay. So we are getting h1 into h2 equal to r square by 16. Therefore, r equal to 4 times of square root of h1 into h2. Yes, that is the answer. Okay. So 4 times of h1 into h2. Fine. So I think time is up. Range will be same now. How I find the range? See, can you write this as 2 sine theta cos theta whole square? This can be written as what? 2 sine square theta cos square theta by whole square. Okay, then you get r square by 16 there. Okay, so time is up. Okay, let me show you all the slides. I think we started from which one? I think this is the no, that is the first. No, okay, first slide, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Okay, fine. See, in fourth, it should be g square, not g. Sorry, it should be g square, no, 4g square. Then it will come as range only, not g. 4g square will come, no? Okay, fine. So thank you all.